After 6 grueling weeks, the MasterChef competition has reached its final stages.
Good morning.
Good morning, Chef. From all that sea of people that entered the MasterChef kitchen for the first time, it's just us left. It's right there. All I need to do is just grab it.
I'm the most confident and powerful chef in this kitchen. I can win this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of you. Currently, the best 6 amateur cooks anywhere in America today. And one of you is going to be crowned the first ever Master Chef.
If there's anything I want to warn the rest of the contestants about, it's that I've got some things up my sleeve that you haven't seen yet.
To be the very best, you have to beat the very best. This is your final mystery box challenge.
In their final mystery box challenge of the season, the contestants have to cook and prepare an amazing dish using only the ingredients inside the box. They must do this in just 1 hour.
Excited?
Yes, Chef.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Because the cook that creates the most stunning dish with the ingredients under that box will have a huge advantage in the next stage of this competition. Are you ready to lift those boxes?
I thought that in the mystery box today, we would have something crazy and kooky. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a big, long, slithery, like, eel, and I'm gonna have to touch it.
This is the last mystery box challenge, and I'm hoping, give me some ingredients that I can work with.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Today's mystery box ingredients are the most tender, flavorful rack of venison.
My mom would say, what is venison? I'd have to explain to her that it's deer meat, and then I think she might hang up on me.
We have blueberries, bacon, red cabbage, quail eggs, fingerling potatoes, striped beets, hazelnuts, Brussels sprouts, and of course, red wine.
Guys, when's the last time you were at your local market and saw a rack of venison?
Never.
Or quail eggs? All different types of things you can do with it. Grilling, searing, braising, tartare, all kinds of stuff. Just remember, super easy to overcook.
1 hour, 10 ingredients, 1 winner. Starting from now, off we go.
Game time, baby, game time.
Right now, I'm working on my roasted Brussels sprouts. I am used to cooking deer. I'm a Southern girl, and in Mississippi, we eat deer like it's going out of style.
I'm gonna try a blueberry red wine sauce. I would love to win a mystery box challenge. I haven't yet, so it would be really nice. Not having a lot of experience cooking meat, I think that's gonna be the challenge here for me.
I think compared to every other mystery box challenge, this one really speaks to me. It's ingredients from where I'm from. The biggest challenge for me is gonna be the perfect balance of cooking time and resting time for the venison.
The level of concentration is phenomenal. No one's running around crazy, and they are seriously in the game.
They're very focused on just staying in their world. Their cutting board is like their restaurant.
We're asking to create a restaurant quality dish, so there has to be some components and some complexity. It doesn't have to be overcomplicated, but it has to show technique and thought.
Right, David, what are you doing?
I think I'm gonna stick with a filet style. I like wrapping it in bacon.
On the bone or off the bone?
It's gonna roast it on the bone.
On the bone?
Yeah.
It's a red wine base?
Red wine base, yes.
When are you going to start cooking the venison? When
About 5 minutes in.
Okay. Right, Sharon. 1, 2, 3 different sauces. How come we've got 3 sauces on here?
This is a soup. It goes with the one way of the venison, and the other venison is gonna go with 2 different sauces.
So there are 3 sauces. One dish has got 2 sauces on, one dish has got 1 as a soup.
This is a broth.
A broth.
Yeah.
Okay. You're not doing it once, you're doing it twice. Not doing 1 sauce, 2 sauces, you're doing 3 sauces.
Correct. Is that nuts?
Nuts? Yeah, you're being polite.
All right, Whitney, what's happening?
What are you doing? Are you boiling these?
I'm trying to get the flavor off of them so I can try to make a gravy.
So what's the final dish?
Pan-seared venison with brown gravy.
Okay, Lee.
Got a blueberry coffee sauce. I'm braising some of the beetroot as well as the beet leaves and the cabbage.
So coffee and blueberry sauce with the gamey venison.
Absolutely.
Whitney did some nice mixed oven roasted vegetables and got some really nice caramelization and browning on the vegetables and the potatoes in the oven.
You wouldn't put a roux-based gravy with a loin of venison. It's the Rolls-Royce cut.
Absolutely.
Right. David Miller, I saw some really good butchering skills from him.
Great potential there. The only downside to what he's done is cut the venison chops so big, it's going to take a long time to cook in the center. Guys, 30 minutes to go. Halfway there, guys. How are you cooking the venison?
Okay, right now I have it testing. Just wanna. Oh no.
What's the matter? That's way overcooked, yeah.
Okay.
That's going to taste like Gandhi's flip-flop. Where's the red wine sauce?
Where is it?
Yeah.
I haven't started it yet.
Sauce should be on reducing down.
Okay.
And so far, with 34 minutes gone, all we've done is overcooked a piece of venison.
Oh my God, I have 30 minutes to like cook my entire dish. I started freaking out.
Good sear on that venison chop. Very nice.
So listen to that, isn't that great? So with the Scan Pan, you get a nice sear as well as having the fact that it's non-stick.
Yeah. This is a last mystery box. This is so important to me. I really want to win this challenge.
Jerome is a talented cook, but to his disadvantage, his overcomplication and too many ideas on one plate could really bite him in the ass.
Lee, how many times have I seen him cook with fennel? Every single dish he pops out is like with fennel and mint.
Right, guys, 10 minutes to go. Last 10 minutes, yes?
With just 10 minutes left, the race is on to create the most compelling dish. The judges will select the top 3 based on presentation and whose venison they think is cooked to perfection.
Venison should be out resting, and more importantly, sauce should be coming together. Start dipping it in your sauce and tasting the combinations. Just over 5 minutes to go, guys. Start thinking about putting the venison on the plate.
My sauce is done, my venison's cooked, and I tasted it, and I thought, wow, it tastes really good, but I don't know what it's supposed to taste like because I'm cooking this for the first time in my life.
30 seconds to go, guys. Come on, speed up. Come on, Whitney. Shoot out. 20 seconds to go. Come on, David, get it sauced. Get it sauced, get it sauced, get it sauced. Come on.
Great.
10, 9, 8, 7,
6, 5. I'm like, no, I need another minute.
4, 3, 2, 1. And stop, guys. Woo!
Oh my goodness!
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And stop, guys.
Oh my goodness!
All right. Woo! Stand back from your stations.
I was second guessing, and I thought, wow, it tastes really good, but I don't know what it's supposed to taste like because I'm cooking this for the first time in my life.
You all started off with the most amazing venison. Exactly the same ingredients for all 6 of you. We're only going to be tasting 3.
The judges' criteria for selecting the top 3 dishes is based on final presentation and from observing the contestants' techniques during the challenge.
First one. Chitel.
I was so happy for her because she's a really good team player in the team challenges, but she hadn't had her moment yet in the spotlight. And earlier today, she was like, I'm ready. I'm ready to bring it. And it was like, it was awesome to see that come to fruition.
It's a pan-roasted tenderloin with red wine and blueberry reduction over creamed Brussels sprouts.
Wow. It looks immaculate.
It's like a restaurant dish.
Yeah, through and through. And it's done with great finesse. more than anything is the fact that there was 35 minutes to go. You hadn't even started the sauce. The venison was still rare. How did you manage that dish in just over 30 minutes?
I take a lot of time to think before I act, and I need time to process and plan.
So, you have got over the most difficult hurdle. You've let the venison rest for as long as you cooked it, and it's cooked equally throughout. So you've made that become a dream come true. The texture of the venison is superb. You've got that bite in the Brussels sprouts, but you've managed to combine this acidity with the richness of the game, and it works brilliantly. That tastes as if you've cooked it 1,000 times. Amazing.
Thank you.
Excellent. If I had to make one comment, perhaps a drizzle of the most green, intoxicating raw olive oil to give it a little bit more of that lush
Italian
bitterness.
flavor.
Excuse me.
Did I say Italian?
Olive oil on top of that?
Absolutely. 2 drizzles of olive oil just kind of breaking through the sauce would be like the icing on the proverbial cake. Great job, congratulations, a delicious dish.
Thank you.
Yes, please, take it. You want to spoil that with olive oil on top of that?
Just because you can't grow olive trees in your country, you don't have to harbor that bitterness towards the Mediterranean climate.
Great start.
Very good.
Okay, next up. Okay. Whitney, let's go. Come forward.
Hearing Whitney's name called, it's not surprising. She's been in the top 3 on many occasions. She just has this natural ability and not surprised at all.
Describe the dish for me, please.
Okay, I have a pan-seared venison, and then I made a gravy from roasting the bones and the meat. And then I have roasted Brussels sprouts and fingerling potatoes.
My one concern is the gravy. I give you the most amazing cut of venison, and you go and stick a gravy on it. Yet red wine was there, and it's almost like the venison's got the wrong coat on. How many times have you cooked venison?
My dad hunts, so it's usually at least once every year during the fall.
Venison is cooked beautifully. I mean, it's cooked by an angel. Vegetables, delicious. It works, and it works better than it looks. And you have managed to confirm to all 3 of us is that you understand how to cook venison, which is quite rare at 22 years of age. Well done.
Thank you.
Right, the third and final dish to be tasted. Sharon.
Not being selected for the top 3 is a little frustrating. I felt like my dish was right on. You know, Sharon had so much going on his plate, and I felt like I did a better job that I really deserved to be in the top 3 today.
Okay.
I decided to go with the seared venison. We've got a tartare and a couple different sauces to accompany it.
Can we just talk about the obvious for a second here? The plating is a disgrace. You're lucky you're even up here. It's like Salvatore Dali on crack.
Tell us what it is. The venison got shot in the woods on the plate and moved to what? The reason why you're up here is because that venison is cooked perfectly, and it's cooked on the bone. It's the vomit to the side of the plate I'm struggling to understand. Okay, has someone dropped their eyeball on the plate? What is that thing?
It's a quail leg.
You got a quail leg eyeball running through the center.
If you can follow me through it, is...
Yeah, no, I'm not going to follow you. Are you crazy? No. I'm going to go there, on top of there, and I'm going to eat my venison that way. It's oozing pink, gamey deliciousness. Venison's delicious. Beetroot's nice, acidic, wonderful. Delicious, slow down. You're too complex. I'd love to strip 1/3 of you off, and I think underneath those layers, there's a talent. Fine. As for the eyeball, what a nutter.
I try to make it look like I was a walk through the woods. You know?
It looks like a walk through a crime scene. I mean, literally, it does. This is cooked perfectly. You just need to get out of your own way. Less is more, less is more.
So I guess the question is, why is this dish up here? I'll tell you why. Because we were so impressed by the quality of the cookery on the chop. Great butchering, great sear, perfect cooking. It was head and shoulders above the field. So I've been really looking forward to tasting this because it looked so incredible. And it is.
Thank you.
Okay, Chital, Whitney, Sharon, well done. The winner of the last Mystery Box Challenge, congratulations, goes to...
It's time for the judges to decide the winner of the final Mystery Box Challenge.
Whitney, Chital, Sharon, well done.
Will they choose Whitney's venison with southern gravy, Chital's roasted venison, or Sharon's pan-seared venison with blueberry puree?
The winner of the last Mystery Box Challenge, congratulations, goes to... Chital, well done.
It feels really good to finally be the winner of a Mystery Box Challenge and to win on something that I've never cooked before, which really means that I'm making my decisions in the kitchen based on instinct.
I'm a little surprised that Sheetal made it into the not only the top 3, but the #1 dish of the day. But she seems very one-dimensional.
Chital, your first individual victory. You're back in the game. You have a major advantage in the next stage of MasterChef. Ready?
Yes.
Well done. This way.
Chital now gets to choose the main ingredient for the invention test. Whatever she selects, everybody else must cook with. Whoever makes the worst dish will be eliminated from MasterChef. As always, the theme of this challenge is in the hands of the judges.
Today's theme is dessert.
Okay.
Big dessert lover?
No.
What?
No.
Well, time to start thinking sweet thoughts.
Yeah.
You're faced with a huge advantage right now because on what you select, everybody else cooks with. Yeah? 3 amazing ingredients. Ready to see what's under the first cloth?
Yes.
Honey. Beautiful. From lavender honey, honeycomb, raw honey.
Let's see what's under #2. You have a plethora of different berries.
Ooh.
Things from the ordinary, like strawberries, blueberries, to things otherworldly that a lot of people never get a chance to cook with. Cape gooseberries, huckleberries, Inca berries.
Absolutely unique.
Beautiful.
Does that light your
I'm
fire?
starting to get a little inspired.
Good.
Lots of ideas started coming to my mind, including like a pie or like a tort or something. You know, I like to see what all my options are before I choose.
From the exotic tropics of Tahiti and Madagascar, we have vanilla in all its forms. We have vanilla beans, vanilla powder, vanilla extract, vanilla tea even. Vanilla, vanilla, vanilla.
You've got to really think about this choice. And who's your strongest competition? Who's the one that you're most feared of out there?
Whitney.
Whitney.
She knows dessert.
6 of you left. Who's the weakest?
David Miller.
Think carefully. which ingredient you're going to choose.
I have to choose right this second.
Right this second.
I'm drawn to the colors on the table, but I might be shooting myself in the foot, but I'm gonna go with.
David Miller, what do you think's under here?
I'd love another shot at the venison.
Today's theme is dessert.
I love dessert. I have the hugest sweet tooth, and so, I think I was the only one today that was excited that it was desserts.
Ready to see what Chantel has picked for you all? The options were the most amazing vanilla, the most amazing array of berries, and then the most amazing honey. Chantel's choice is vanilla.
Oh my God, what goes with vanilla? What goes with vanilla? An Asian family, you know, we ate fruit. That was dessert, you know?
The rest of you will have half the time Chantel had, 2.5 minutes, and your time starts now. Off you go.
With an elimination at the end of this challenge, the dessert theme has distressed even some of the most confident contestants.
I really didn't have a clear idea of what I'm going to make, but, you know, vanilla it is, so here we go.
I'm getting like double of everything because I'm thinking, if I don't have enough time, I'll make it again. Flour, vanilla, sugar, I grab some brandy. I go to the fridge, I grab some cream. Oh my God. Oh. I'm just pulling as much as I possibly can because at this point, I'm not really certain how am I gonna do this.
Right, 90 minutes to make the most amazing, stunning dessert. And on the back of those desserts, you know one of you will be leaving MasterChef. 90 minutes, starting from now. Off you go.
I'm gonna make a vanilla creme brulee. I don't do dessert, I don't eat dessert, don't like dessert. So, you know, there's a lot that could go wrong.
I'm making vanilla sponge cake layered with a vanilla custard. I've never made this before.
I am making a butterscotch Napoleon with 3 different delicious nuts.
90 minutes, there's no excuse. Something absolutely stunning.
Well, certainly we're seeing the most significant challenge, I think, so far, because here comes together the technical science aspect of baking, the creative aesthetics of decoration and impact.
Yeah.
Whitney's definitely the baker in the bunch.
I mean, Sharon has a propensity for overthinking things as opposed to focusing on one delicious component. Right. And I really think Sheetal's going to come through and make something that's going to be delicate and beautiful.
Today, with only 6 left, this should be immaculate. Right, Whitney, what are they? They are profiteroles. Yeah. So choux pastry is a very difficult pastry to get right. Yeah. And you're putting a little bit of water on your finger to dab down the point so it stops from burning, yeah? And what you put inside the profiteroles?
A chantilly vanilla cream.
Okay.
I can smell the confidence from here. Lee, what do we got going on?
I have milk and cream infused with walnut and vanilla. That's gonna go together with my walnut French toast, as well as a plum coulis and a nectarine carpaccio.
You're gonna wanna make sure you get as much moisture because, I mean, you're really, at the end of the day, using old bread to try to keep you alive in the final 5.
Definitely.
Right, David, how you feeling?
I'm sticking with the classic. I'm doing the vanilla creme brulee.
Vanilla creme brulee. There's 2 ways of doing a creme brulee, isn't there? You could do it over a bain-marie and cook the eggs out like a sabayon and then set them into the mold, which is a lot quicker. Or you can go the dangerous route and put them in the oven. Which way have you gone?
In the oven.
Mike, how we doing?
This is just a basic, like, sort of like my custard pudding that I'm going to be using for the trifle.
Where's the vanilla at?
Vanilla is actually scalded in the milk.
So you're going to be putting a layer?
I'll be putting layers, yeah.
And then you're going to be putting the sponge cake followed by the pear.
Then the custard. Oh, man, I think I might have bitten off a little bit more than I could chew.
And minus elimination, one goes. So what is your strategy here? Stay off the bottom? So do you go safe? Or do you reach for the stars and try?
You have to try to win it at this point. You have to, because you're going to start intimidating the other ones that are still here. All right, guys, listen up. 30 minutes left. 1/3 of the time that was given to you. You had 90 minutes to make a stunning dessert. There should be no excuses and no reason that you're not able to produce.
Wow.
Cooking is a very calming thing for me. It's what I do at home to like relax, is I sit down and I make something. If you're not calm, then your nerves are gonna affect your cooking. If you let that happen, then, you know, you're just gonna screw yourself.
Mike, your station's over here.
Mike's all over the place. He's always all over the place. You see him, he's jumping back and forth, and he's like shaking and running back and forth. Oh my God.
Just over 10 minutes to go, guys.
Oh my God.
Oh, no. 10 minutes to time, I realized I'm not gonna have the meat of my dessert is just, it's not there. It's completely raw on the inside. That's when it just started oozing. I started panicking, really panicking.
Just over 10 minutes to go, guys.
Oh, no. It's completely raw on the inside.
With just 10 minutes left, Chantal's dessert looks to be a disaster. She must plate something that can save her from elimination.
What I had were 4 garnishes. There was nothing of substance that could be called a proper dessert in any of those components. The big part of my dessert was the sponge cake.
2 minutes to go, guys.
You gotta put something on the plate, you know? Figure it out.
Oh my. I'm realizing, oh my God, this beautiful vision I had for a trifle is not gonna be nearly what it should be.
1 minute to go. Start putting those finishing touches on those plates and make those plates beautiful.
This looks disgusting.
20 seconds to go.
My custard was perfect. It really was spot on, so I didn't want to ruin that by over-torturing the top.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Woo! Well done.
The judges will taste all 6 desserts. The winner takes an advantage into the next stage of the competition. The person with the worst dish will be going home.
Okay, Sharon, let's go.
After overcomplicating his last dish, has Sharon played it safe with his dessert?
Wow, it's pretty.
It's a millefeuille. What's in there?
Each layer consists of a different layer of nuts. On top is a zabayon with marsala and vanilla.
That's not only delicious for what it is, but I think you've achieved in kind of capturing the essence of what a zabaglione is on the plate. The lightness, the airiness, the flavor, a real triumph. This is unbelievable.
Thank you, Chef.
Yeah, listen to that. I love that. The crunch, you know, it's one of the senses that even professional chefs in a restaurant forget to think about. That is delicious.
Oh, thank you, Chef.
Really good job.
You can hear it. It is absolutely on the money.
Oh, wow. They loved it. They absolutely loved it. They thought it was bam, straight on, bam, delicious. And now I'm not in a position where I go home.
What a great start.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing start. You could lift that dish now and stick that in any restaurant in this country. Right, David.
I looked at his creme brulee and I was like, that's not wasn't even a creme brulee. Like, Dave, I'm sorry, but you're missing something here.
What is that, please?
We have a vanilla creme brulee with a vanilla orange mango coulis.
Do you know what brulee means? Because that looks like a lemon tart from here.
Yes.
To burn, that's right, lightly burn. Can you just give him your glasses for 2 seconds? Where's it bruleed? The idea, put them on and just tell me if you can see that brulee. Help me to understand.
I see a few pieces, but it will crack.
I think we'll crack before that brulee cracks. Now, you've cooked a creme brulee the hard way in the oven,
Yes, chef.
in a water bath, and you had very little time to do that and cool it down. You've managed it. The coulis, you've got the bitterness from the orange, yeah, the sweetness from the mango, but it works. I mean, it really does work. But it's missing the brulee. Whitney, let's go.
While Whitney has excelled in mystery box challenges, she has yet to win an invention test.
What is it?
A profiterole with a chantilly vanilla cream and flambéed caramelized bananas.
Trust me, having lived in France for 3 years, I have eaten thousands of profiteroles. This had better be good. The 5 individuals behind you going into this test today were nervous. If they were tasting that right now, they'd be even more nervous. Good job.
So, you flame these in rum?
Actually, it was bourbon.
Keeping it southern, huh?
Actually, the first time I decided to flambe bananas, I was so nervous to go into the liquor store because that was the first time I've ever bought liqueur. So I went in there and I was like, I'm just buying this for bananas.
That is kind of sad to me, actually. Super light, very sexy. Very delicious. Good job.
It really just made me feel good that overall the judges loved my dish, and I really want to show now that, you know, I can win this challenge.
3 down, 3 to go. One of you will be going home.
I looked at my dish and it looked like baby food. 1 layer of mush and then a 2nd layer of mush and then whipped cream.
Next up, Chantal.
Even if my custard tastes divine, the best custard in the world, I know that the challenge was not about putting custard on a plate given 90 minutes.
The real question, where is your dessert? Because that's not it after 90 minutes. Let's get that right. That's half of
the
it.
best that I could do given that my sponge cake didn't cook.
So, what's in the bowl?
It's a vanilla custard with vanilla and pear coulis and a vanilla whipped cream.
I was really riding on your energy today. I love your idea. I was expecting a lot, so it's a personal disappointment to have to taste a half-completed dessert from you. I think you could be in real trouble here.
Sheetal had the advantage today. She had full time in the pantry, got to choose her ingredient. There is no reason that she should be failing here. You know, she really dropped the ball on this one.
Lee, let's go.
The whole dish came together beautifully and really tasted good, and I was stoked. I was really excited about it. Okay, so we have bourbon pamperdou, which is basically French toast, over a nectarine and mint carpaccio with a walnut and vanilla sauce.
Obviously, fried bread is not what we thought when we talked about desserts and stunning restaurant desserts. This is simply bad. Bad as a dessert. It's even bad as breakfast.
Okay, Mike, let's go.
Walking up to the judges' table, I'm a bit nervous. There's a lot on the line right now for me. I'm just praying the judges might have a little bit of mercy on me today. It's a pear poached trifle with sponge cake underneath. It's been drizzled with vanilla scented brandy.
What is that froth?
It's basically the egg whites that were sort of, I folded it in because I didn't have any other thing to
egg whites. What are they?
It's just a pie crust, sort of dusted with a little cinnamon and sugar.
Pie crust, so like a short pastry.
Sure.
It's short of flavor.
Does this have raw eggs in it? Does it have raw eggs in it?
There's a sort of
Yes or no?
a meringue. I mean, you know, the egg whites being.
It's an easy question. Does it have raw eggs in it or not? Does this have raw eggs in it? Does it have raw eggs in it?
There's a sort of
Yes or no?
a meringue. I mean, you know, the egg whites being.
It's an easy question. Does it have raw eggs in it or not?
Yes.
Disappointed, Mike. Go back to your station.
After tasting all 6 dishes, the judges must decide which desserts rose to the occasion and which fell short. The cook with the worst dish will be leaving MasterChef.
Okay, David, Sharon, Whitney, 3 stunning dishes. Sadly, there can only be one winner. And the winner has a huge advantage in the next stage of MasterChef.
Sharon looks like he's probably the biggest competitor, but I'm not worried. I know I can win this.
I thought my dish was spectacular. I'm going in this feeling like I can own this, I can do this.
Congratulations. Whitney, well done.
To have made it this far means so much because I've made a huge sacrifice and I left school. And it's all been worth it to be here.
The youngest, and quite frankly, now the strongest in the competition. Well done.
The judges from the very beginning saw only my age and they didn't see the rest of the potential that's in me. But now I'm really thinking that they're seeing that. And they're gonna see me to the end and they're gonna give me that title.
The field split. It's split in 2. 3 stunning dishes and 3 dreadful dishes. Front row, you're all safe. Back 3 rows, get up here, please.
There's 3 really bad dishes out there. It could be anybody. I have no idea who to gauge. Sheetal's dish completely came apart. Mike, raw eggs, I don't know. That's a big no-no. And Lee's dessert, I don't even know what it was.
Lee, we expected more. And we expected you to excel. Chantel, you had a huge advantage and you fell short. Mike, apart from panicking for 90 minutes, you produced a trifle that looked like toxic scum on a stagnant pool. The person leaving MasterChef. Lee. Get back to your station.
Thank you, Lord, for salmonella and Mike serving raw egg on the plate. And Sheetal's dish was so unfocused and so simplistic in her way, like she always is, because that's my savior right there.
The person leaving MasterChef. Mike. You cannot serve raw egg whites on top of a badly made trifle. You've come a long way in a short period of time, but you have got to slow down. And when you do, you'll surprise yourself about the results. Please take your apron off.
I really wanted this. I really, really wanted it.
Please take your apron off. Thank you.
This is not the end. Being on MasterChef has just fueled this burning desire that I have about food and cookery. And, you know, I'm gonna take this whole experience and all the mistakes I made, and I'm gonna just take those as sort of a sign of refinement, you know, and I'm gonna just take them and become better.
coming up. For the final field challenge, the contestants will each have to serve their best possible fish dish to the 3 most powerful food critics in America. Their ingredients must be as fresh as possible, so they're going direct to the source, the sea.
Today's challenge is an individual competition. It's no more team challenges. I'm actually extremely excited for that because the only person I can blame for a loss or praise for a win is myself.
So what are we hoping to catch?
Sculpin?
Sculpin.
Maybe some red snapper?
I've never cooked a sculpin.
Really?
Yeah. I'm relying on luck to get me through this one, at least with the fishing. Once I'm in the kitchen, though, it's a whole nother ballgame because fish is really my forte. Being a lucky guy, I know I'm gonna catch some fish. Oh man, he's a fighter.
I see Mr. David Miller over there struggling like he has the biggest marlin the Pacific Ocean has ever seen.
Dude! Oh, it's a rock?
You got a rock.
Oh, yeah. It's a fighter, though.
David Miller, the look on his face, that was priceless.
All right, it's
Season it well, David.
it's been a long time since I've made rock soup.
Little salt, little pepper.
All right, here you go.
Yes!
Oh, I see color. Here it comes. Oh, nice one.
This is really happy.
I was really excited, and I was the only one that had never been fishing. And oh my God, the sculpin fish is a really ugly fish.
These are the spines that have the poison in it.
Oh.
This one down here has poison, and these.
I looked down and I saw the spikes of that fish sticking out, and these scales are poisonous.
Don't let that spine get you.
After Sheetal caught her first fish, I was like, that competitive side got out of me, and I was like, I've got to catch the next fish. Woohoo!
Yeah, I see him.
Nice one, Dad.
Yeah. Gorgeous. As a chef, it's a great opportunity to actually go out and pick your fish out of the sea.
All right, guys, here comes the nice sized one. That looks big enough for me.
Way more connected to where your food comes from, and you got to do it justice.
Our amateur cooks will take the fish they've caught and use it to prepare just one dish in the kitchen of Journey at the world-famous Ritz-Carlton.
Right, how are we doing?
Awesome.
So
Amazing.
Our first individual challenge, head-to-head. Sadly, 2 of you will face a pressure test on the worst 2 tasting dishes. 1 of you will be leaving MasterChef. The critics, they are lethal. Some of the most powerful critics anywhere in the world. You're now about to face them. Joe, Jeffrey Steingart.
Jeffrey is probably the most prolific food writer of our time. Head critic for Vogue magazine, the greatest food writer in the country.
Wow. I hear the name Jeffrey Steingart, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Jeffrey's best known for shattering people. Amazing reputation. This could be either really good or really bad.
Tanya Steele.
Tanya Steele is the editor of Epicurious.com. It's the biggest food website there is.
And then finally, Barbara Fairchild, yeah? Editor-in-Chief of Bon Appetit magazine. The most sophisticated, discerning palates anywhere in the States today.
I know Tanya Steele and Barbara Fairchild. You know, I've admired these women, and that even put more pressure on me, knowing how much I wanted to impress the critics today.
Whitney, you won that amazing dessert challenge. You have 1 hour and 15 minutes to cook the most amazing dish. The rest of you have got 1 hour.
While Whitney uses her advantage from winning the invention test to start filleting her sculpin fish, the others can do nothing but watch.
Those 15 minutes seemed like eternity, but I really took that time to put my dish together, and now I know exactly what I need to do to really make the critics love my dish.
All right, you guys, 1 hour, 1 stunning dish, starting from now. Off you go. Good luck.
Everybody started rushing into the kitchen. I was like, oh my gosh, like, did you really use that time wisely? I mean, you had 15 minutes extra. That is huge when you only have an hour to cook.
My strategy today is really keeping it simple and keeping it real. So I'm going to braise the fish. It's a tough fish that can withstand braising. and I'm gonna serve it with the broth. So the same way I pulled it out of the water, I'm gonna keep it on the plate with the broth, you know, the water that it swam in to cook, like the water it swam in to live.
Use the time wisely, yes?
The inspiration for my dish came from the meat itself. The consistency of it is almost like lobster. Being from Boston, I think I've probably killed 700 or 800 lobsters. So I think lobster, I think butter. So I'll do a saffron butter poach with the Israeli couscous and some onions and some roasted peppers underneath.
You tasting, David?
I've been tasting the whole time.
Whitney, what's the dish called? What are you doing?
Roasted eggplant and zucchini.
Right.
I'm making a tomato sauce with
Yep.
the stock and plum tomatoes that I'm stewing down. I decided to put kind of like an Italian spin on this dish, and I like tomato-based things. So I did a tomato sauce.
How are you cooking the fish?
Braise it.
Braise it. They've got the work cut out.
Right.
Scorpion fish.
Right. Yeah, it's going to be a very difficult challenge because it's an unusual fish.
Yep. Make sure you taste everything you're doing. 15 minutes, yes? Use that time wisely, yeah?
Ooh. I decided I was going to do a curried cauliflower, and I used the curry powder that was available, and I should have tasted it before I put it in the cauliflower because there was salt in the curry powder, and on top of that, I also salted with regular salt, and my first batch of cauliflower was disgusting. I had to start over.
Right, Chantel. Okay, you're in control, yes?
Yeah.
Because you look like you're flapping around like a headless chicken. You guys look immaculate in chef jackets. You're actually looking like professional chefs. Make sure those dishes come out like professional chefs.
Hey, anybody have salt? Found some.
All right, Sharon, where are you at?
I took a risk and took 2 different proteins from the fish. That's the liver.
Make sure you try one before you do it.
I did. I picked sculpin liver because I tasted it, and it just had a very buttery, light flavor of the sculpin. I believe everything that I touch that's food, I believe I can make magnificent. And it's no different going into this competition.
Sharon is going to sear off the liver of the scorpion fish and serve it, which is very, very bold. I mean,
Has he tasted the liver?
he said he tasted it. He said it's good. That would be a big risk. You could either really win somebody with that or really throw them off.
I knew at that defining moment, I could be the next masterchef.
Sharon made a conscious decision to use the liver of a fish. I feel like he took the poisonous scale and just went to himself.
4 minutes to go, guys, yes?
4 minutes?
4 minutes, that's right.
You have your plate picked out?
Put the pan down, take that glove off, and work with 2 hands. Let's go! Guys, the pressure is on. They've been sat there patiently, anticipating 5 stunning dishes.
Come through for us. Make something gorgeous.
Amateur cooks are cooking for critics that, you know, restaurant chefs are scared of. I was like, this has got to be the best dish you've ever made in your life.
We got a lot riding on this too, guys. Don't embarrass us.
These are not just foodies. These are 3 of the biggest food critics in the country. And here I am, you know, a little less than a year after I started cooking, and all of a sudden I'm presenting food to these people. And, you know, I just hope everything goes well.
1 minute.
It's not right.
Now start putting it on a plate.
Get it on the plate, Chantal. Stop cooking.
You're not going to be able to serve it.
Where's the cumin? Cumin.
Raw cumin now, with 1 minute to go.
I was frantically running around. I felt like manic and crazed because I was running around trying to figure out how to fix the sauce.
10, 9, 8, 7,
Behind.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop, guys. Well done. Well done. Really good job. The dishes look amazing. You know that. I mean, really amazing.
We're proud to present these to these critics out there.
Hot damn, guys. You should
Well
be
done.
psyched. This is great.
The critics out there are sat, as we speak, sharpening their knives. 3 phenomenal critics. It's out of our hands. We're passing you on. This is the next stage. some of the most powerful critics anywhere in the world. You're now about to face them. You sell it to them. You tell them what they're going to be expecting, and you push it to the absolute max. Now get out there and sell them. First up, Whitney.
The critics can give each dish up to 4 stars for a maximum of 12. The 2 cooks with the fewest stars will go head-to-head in the final pressure test, where one will be eliminated.
My name is Whitney. What I have for you today is a pan-seared sculpin over roasted eggplant and zucchini. My sauce is a tomato sauce that I reduced with roasting the head and the bones from the fish.
Where did you find fresh tomatoes?
I actually used the tomatoes out of the can. I just let it reduce and crushed them up and strained the pulp.
This is very interesting.
Thank you.
Both the zucchini and the
Wow.
eggplant were drenched with salt.
Yeah. The garlic is overpowering. I can't really taste the fish because there's so much garlic in my mouth.
How'd it go?
Very good.
And the score is
Breath mince 3.
David Miller.
So I am freaking out. These are people that will wreck your restaurant if they write a bad review. They've had everything. You could name us any dish in the world and they've eaten it. And then no matter what it is, no matter what I'm making, they've had the same thing and they've had it better. Today, we're doing a saffron butter poached California scorpion fish over Israeli couscous with roasted red and yellow peppers and a touch of smoked sea salt.
Do you cook couscous a lot for fun at home?
I've never made Israeli couscous.
Oh,
wow.
I hope I got it al dente.
Why did you choose to make it today if you've never made it, knowing that we were going to be tasting it?
That's a very good question. I decided to be adventurous. There's something alluring about Israeli couscous, more so than just standard Moroccan couscous, which I think is kind of boring.
Thank you very much.
All right. What the hell am I doing? 3 of the most world-renowned food critics. You know, I'm serving them a plate of something I just whipped up in an hour. Hopefully I won't be berated as much as I have been by our judges.
But the idea of thinking that a Moroccan couscous is just always boring, it's ridiculous what he said.
I think it's pretty bold of him to serve us Israeli couscous, having never cooked
to make
it
it for the
before.
first time. And the fish is nicely cooked. I mean,
saffron really gives it a nice, sprightly flavor.
and despite the fact they didn't have a lot of time to work with it, it does
I think
have
the
a really
peppers
nice flavor.
overwhelming.
Look at that smile. How'd it go?
It went really well. They said it was the best dish they had all day.
They said that.
No, I'm joking.
Wow.
I'd be happy to give you my peppers.
You notice I didn't eat mine.
Next up, Lee.
All right.
Get ready.
These are 3 of the biggest food critics in the country. If you're a chef in this country, you know who these people are. I can't afford any mistakes right now, and the tiniest bone would be a disaster.
Today I made a braised California scorpion fish over Moroccan-style fennel couscous served with the braising broth.
So what's in the braising broth? Can you give us
So in the
a-
braising broth, I took the head and the carcass of the fish that I filleted, some carrots, some shallots, leeks, fennel.
I can't sense anything from them, and that just drives me crazy because I don't know if they like it, they don't like it.
Great. Thank you, Lee, so much.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
And again, thank you for the opportunity.
You're welcome. I thought it was tasty. I mean, I think the couscous is very good. It's very tasty. I love the broth is what's giving it the flavor. I think you did a really nice job with that.
On the other hand, you can't taste the fish. I mean, the fish is just used as a piece of white protein.
It would have been good to have something, again, contrasting textures. This dish,
In the couscous, yeah.
yeah,
Some
this dish didn't really have very
garbanzo
much.
beans or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
It went fantastic.
So should we score it? Are you guys ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Our scores are going to be totally different.
Chantel, let's go.
Right now, I'm a little nervous. I'm worried that my entire plate is just a touch too salty. Hi. Hello. How are you? My parents are from India. I was born and raised here, but I grew up in a very fragrant Indian home, lots of garam masala, lots of curry. So I've incorporated those flavors into the sculpin. and just a very simple tomato curry sauce with coriander powder and cumin powder. And the cauliflower is curry powder and some fish stock to just keep it moist so that it can dry out.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
One thing that's good is the curry powder is not overwhelming. Sometimes it can be overwhelming, and this was not overwhelming.
Well, unfortunately, I have some bones in mine.
All right, how we do? Right, how'd it go?
Fine.
Yeah? You're smiling?
Yes.
What did they say?
They didn't say anything. They just tried it.
Nothing at all?
They ate everything, though.
Any questions?
I put it on their plate.
I do feel like the texture is, there's a lot of softness here. There's not contrasting flavors. There's not contrasting textures.
Well done.
Thank you.
Right, next up, Sharon. Cut the waffle, straight to the point. Tell them how excited you are, what you've done, what the journey's been like, and more importantly, sell that dish. Good luck.
I feel like I'm such a better chef than the rest of them. I really, truly feel that. If I can impress these judges, I may be able to really jumpstart my career right then and there.
Tell us about your dish.
Well, I live in LA. I was born and raised here. I'm a local. I love these waters, even though it's cold around this time of season. It was so beautiful this morning. Really a great day. I'm a big guy. I like to eat a lot. I'm very improv. I'm like this weird competitive guy. My grandmother has been a huge inspiration for me. I wasn't very close with my mom. I grew up with my dad, and I moved out when I was a freshman in college. I left finance to try doing this with my life about a year ago. I was in banking. On January 2nd, my kid was born. Grab this, grab that, saute this, saute that, and lo and behold, here I am.
It's like fate.
I saw the liver, and the liver looked absolutely beautiful. So I decided to give you two tastes of it. One, the actual flesh, and the other, the liver of the scorpion fish. And that's just done with a grapefruit vinaigrette and some blanched asparagus, some yellow tomatoes, and some fresh grapefruit.
The fish liver is a very unusual twist.
Have you had monkfish liver?
No, I
think
haven't.
so.
No.
That's the foie gras of the sea.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You know, it's funny, with everything that's going on in this dish, it's surprisingly bland.
Don't make your judgment about
On this one.
the fish liver
Yeah.
by this liver, which is not a good liver.
Well done, guys. We're now going to get those results. Ready? Let's go.
All right.
The top 3 scoring contestants will earn a place in the final. The lowest scoring 2 will face the dreaded pressure test.
I cannot afford to go into another pressure test right now. This is it.
The judges are back with the verdict.
Let's start off with the highest scoring dish. That individual goes straight in to the final 4. This dish scored 11.5 out of 12. That's near perfect. Congratulations goes to
The remaining contestants have presented their dishes to 3 of the world's top food critics. The 3 cooks with the highest scores will advance to the final 4, while the bottom 2 will face the final pressure test, where 1 will be eliminated.
Let's start off with the highest scoring dish. This dish scored 11.5 out of 12. That's near perfect. Congratulations goes to David Miller.
You're kidding me.
Absolutely.
You're kidding me.
Absolutely.
Good job.
High five, bro.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Listen to this. Butter poached fish was a huge success. Phenomenally balanced, seasoned beautifully, incredible. Couldn't stop eating it. We sent you into the lion's den, and you came out shining. Seriously well done. You're now the first in to the final 4.
Of every review I've gotten today, I feel like MasterChef. I'm an amateur chef, I'm a software engineer, and I get a near perfect score. I get a near perfect score? Are you kidding me?
Okay, from the very top, we're now going down to the very bottom. Badly put together, under-seasoned, shockingly disgusting, undercooked taste and left nothing to desire.
When I hear the critics describing a dish as shockingly disgusting, I'm just praying they're not talking about my dish.
With 4 out of 12 and the lowest scoring dish, it's not good news. 4. Sharon. That means you're up for elimination.
Why deliver? Why go that route? You could have taken it a little simpler and made it just beautiful on its own.
I've been cooking for 25 years. I wouldn't have taken that risk today if this was my kitchen, my restaurant, and I had those tough cookies sat there. I wouldn't do it.
I wanted to grow. I wanted to challenge myself. And although maybe at times it helps to play safe, but I'm not here to do dishes that I've done 10 times before. I'm here to be a master chef.
The next person advancing straight into the final 4, joining David Miller with a score 8 out of 12. Lee. Good job. Fish cooked perfectly. Seasoning was absolutely amazing.
It's fantastic that Sharon is going into a pressure test. We're not going for a popularity contest, and I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to eliminate the competition.
2 left. Joining Sharon to face the pressure test with a score of 5 out of 12. That person is Whitney. 5 out of 12. Chazelle, congratulations. You are through to the final 4. Whitney, too salty, way too much garlic. Slightly shocked on using canned tomatoes on such an exquisite dish. Why tell the harshest critics anywhere in the world today that you're serving them canned tomatoes? Well, if you just turn around and look on that tray there, you had the most amazing, fresh tomatoes on the vine.
The results are not what I expected at all. I'm really upset. But anyway, no, I'm just gonna fight back because tomorrow I'm not going home.
3 of you are going to be sleeping well tonight. 2 of you are not getting any sleep. I'll see you tomorrow for the pressure test where 1 of you will be leaving MasterChef.
Whitney has been this quiet underdog, 22 years old. I think I've got a lot more experience, but then again, she continues to do very well because she just does what she knows, and that's what I'm going to do. And if I do what I know, I can win this.
Good afternoon. Sharon and Whitney, 1 of you will advance to the final 4. Unfortunately, 1 of you will be leaving MasterChef tonight. That means this pressure test is going to be your toughest test ever.
I really want to see Whitney kick Sharon's ass. Like, I would love for a tiny little 22-year-old girl from Mississippi to just come in and lay his ass flat.
We're going to reveal the ingredients on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. One of you will advance to the final 4. 1 of you will be leaving MasterChef tonight. We're going to reveal the ingredients on the count of 3. 1.
I'm praying to God it's not dessert.
2.
If it's anything with fish, then, you know, it's not looking too good, but I'll still try really hard.
3.
Oh, boy.
Right, in front of you are some of the most amazing ingredients. Beautiful chocolate, oranges, eggs, sugar, butter, milk, cream.
I'm not feeling great because this is not my strongest point. And I look to my left, and the last person I want to see to my left is Whitney. But lo and behold, there she is.
Sharon and I, as far as sweets, it's even still almost on the same level. He won the cupcake challenge. He was in the top with the dessert challenge. So, you know, it'll be a battle today, definitely.
There's nothing more terrifying than trying to create and cook your very own monstrous souffle. This dish puts the fear of God into chefs around the world.
Guys, this freaks me out. Soufflés are one of the most technically difficult dishes that you can make.
And when it's great, it can be one of the most epic desserts that you can have in the world. And when it doesn't work, it's a complete disaster.
And the secret of a good souffle is to get straight from the oven to the table in a maximum of 90 seconds.
It is very difficult to make a souffle. One reason is because they can sink so easily.
Sharon and Whitney are free to make as many soufflés as they like in 90 minutes, but can only present one to the judges.
Good luck to you both, because you're going to need it. 90 minutes, starting from now. Off you go.
Good luck.
Final four means to me I can actually be the master chef. I can make my dream of opening up a restaurant come true.
For me to be the first master chef, it means everything.
So cornstarch, milk, up to the boil. Then you add the chocolate. Then you add the eggs.
It could be exact. You know, souffle's chemistry. It's the incorporation of the sugar and the egg white. That's the real tough challenge.
So much has to do with timing in this.
I'm just trying to make sure I measure everything and just do everything to a T because this is such a critical dessert.
They need to cook one first within those 90 minutes to understand, to gain that confidence to let it rise so the underneath gets that momentum and pushes the souffle out. It's not liquid, but just slightly gooey at the bottom and not liquid. If that comes out undercooked and it's risen a little bit, it will go flat within seconds.
Why didn't you put the milk into the chocolate instead of the other way around?
Whitney is very methodical, but making some mistakes. She took the chocolate off of the double boiler and then poured the chocolate into the milk when she should have taken the milk and dumped it onto the chocolate while it was still in the double boiler.
I won't lie, I think Sharon is a better cook than Whitney. It really falls down to if Sharon is gonna try and overcomplicate things, because I know that Whitney's gonna go right by the book, exactly how it should be made. It really is anybody's game at this point.
Guys, there's 30 minutes gone. You've got 1 hour left. I urge you to get one souffle in the oven so you get some idea of the correct balance of the sugar, the egg white.
The only time I looked over to see what Sharon was doing was when he was putting his souffles into the oven. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, Whitney, get it together, get your batter ready, put it in the oven.
Whitney, can I advise you to please get something in the oven?
Sharon, are you just praying in front of the oven? You watching the oven channel?
Just watch the oven channel.
Okay, you have time to get another one made.
Throwing my first batch of soufflés in the oven and just saying, please be good. Please just be good. Waiting is not fun, it's torture. That's why I hate baking.
Just under half an hour to go, guys, yeah? Whitney, please put something in the oven. Otherwise, tonight, you'll be cooking for your parents again.
I don't know where the time went. I mean, it was insane. I guess I was just really trying to be so precise with my measurements. Every detail of the chocolate souffle, I wanted to do perfect.
Oh my God, Whitney, let me take pictures.
With 20 minutes left, Sharon enjoys a huge advantage as he samples his first souffle, while Whitney is just getting her first batch into the oven.
It tastes really good.
Whitney, how many soufflés have you got in the oven?
I have two.
Two. Okay, guys, 15 minutes to go. They take minimum 14 minutes to cook.
I got 15 minutes to go. I put my second batch in. I'm hoping that this batch will rock and the judges love it.
You open that oven door.
Yeah, and it's destroyed.
Take your apron off. Yeah, go back to Mum and Dad. Keep that door closed.
Oh my God. I have no time to put any more into the oven. I really only had one shot. I put all my eggs in a basket, and this one souffle was determining whether I was staying or being eliminated from the MasterChef kitchen.
For two of America's greatest home cooks, the dream of becoming MasterChef rests on a single chocolate souffle. In this final pressure test, it all comes down to a battle between Sharon the risk-taker and by-the-book Whitney. Today, one of them will be going home.
11 minutes left. So, Whitney, how long do you take them out of the oven?
They've been in for 13 minutes.
So, there's no alternative. What you've got in there, you're serving.
22-year-old Whitney loves to bake, but in the hopes of creating the perfect batter, she never completed a trial batch. Will her quest for perfection pay off, or will it cost her the MasterChef crown?
She's opening it.
Oh, wow.
I was like trembling as I'm taking the tray of souffle out. It was perfectly risen, but if I didn't hurry up and present it to the judges, it could easily collapse.
As I told you before, 90 seconds before that starts deflating. Come on. Oh, come on. If it deflates before we get here, there's no souffle.
My souffles are in the oven. Whitney's comes out and it looks beautiful. Now I'm hoping she dropped the souffle, but there's nothing I could do but wait.
It's hot.
Of course it's hot.
Ah.
Where's your glove?
I have it.
It's collapsing, Whitney. Whitney, it's collapsing. Whitney, you haven't even tasted it. Guys, souffle waits for nobody.
Crack it.
It smells delicious.
I was so nervous, and all I wanted to do is just for them to tell me something like, it was good, it was bad, but I couldn't read their faces at all when they were trying my souffle.
I was hoping that one mistake she made would play to my advantage. I tasted one, and I made some adjustments. She didn't taste it, and she served it.
Sharon's souffle has been in the oven for 11 minutes. With only 3 minutes left, his souffle must quickly rise to the occasion, or this will be Sharon's fall from the MasterChef kitchen.
Sharon, you have 90 seconds to go. And if nothing hits this table, you are automatically disqualified from this competition.
Crazy.
60 seconds to go. Seconds to go. Seconds to go. 20 seconds to go. With 18 seconds left, is this it?
This is it.
What was that last bit you put on top after the icing sugar?
A little bit of sea salt.
The difference between going home or joining the final four is in this spoon. Cross off the top, straight down to the bottom.
I see the judges eating Sharon's souffle, and they just kept eating it, and I'm like, were they eating mine like they're eating his? I mean, I was going insane because one of us is eliminated, and one of us are gonna make it to the finals.
You left that, literally, to the last second. Well done.
The judges must decide based purely on their souffle who will take the last remaining place in the final 4 of MasterChef.
It's not only about the title, it's not about the cookbook, it's about the honor of having 3 individuals who I respect so much look at me in the eye and say that I have it and that I'm it.
Okay, Sharon, Whitney, well done. 2 delicious souffles, but there is only one winner. The individual joining the last 3 in the final 4, congratulations, goes to okay, Sharon, Whitney, there is only one winner.
I feel extremely nervous for them because it's so close and we really have no clue.
I would not want to go up against Sharon. He has been really strong throughout the whole competition.
I'm gonna say Whitney's gonna do it just because everything she does is pure magic.
The individual joining the last 3 in the final 4, congratulations, goes to Whitney, well done. Congratulations, really well done.
Your souffle was
perfect.
Absolutely perfect.
Sharon, yours was delicious. Sadly, slightly undercooked, slightly cold in the center, and something that needed 2 to 3 minutes more
time
to perfect.
I was 3 minutes away from perfection, and now I'm out of this competition. Faced a really big challenge today. I really had to take down the pastry princess. It just doesn't feel good going home because deep inside my heart, I really feel like I had it in me, and I could have won this thing.
You're a great cook, a great risk taker. Putting that salt on that souffle gives me goosebumps because it took balls that clang, and it really kind of blew me away.
You have got to keep your head up high. There's something exciting about the danger that you take with food. It's refreshing. You're quirky, you're confident, you're a great risk taker, and you're going to go far with food.
This has been absolutely a privilege and a dream come true to learn from you guys.
Sharon, I know you used to stop by Mozza when your wife was pregnant, but if you ever wanted to stop by there and have a job there, we'd be proud and happy to have you.
Sharon, your time is done in MasterChef. Well done.
This is not the end of the road for me. This is just an affirmation and really opened my eyes to this world. It made me realize that I can do this. And I encourage every single person who loves food and who loves to cook, and they know that's something they want to do, don't be afraid. Go do it. Go do it. Don't be afraid.
Hey, dude, that offer stands, man.
I'm going to take all that amazing experience and make sure that I flourish with it, make sure that I grow and open up one of the best restaurants in LA, and hopefully maybe compete someday with a restaurant like Gordon Ramsay's. America's going to get a taste of that.
The final 4.
Oh, God.
Really good. Really good.
Just thinking back, knowing there was 50 of us in the very beginning, even, 10,000 that auditioned, I mean, it's insane knowing that out of all those people, I made it to the final 4.
David Miller. Who would have thought?
I've been sitting in the middle of the road. Now I'm at the top of the game, and I want to show people that I belong here at the top of the game.
Give yourselves a round of applause.
It's anybody's game right now. It's like bottom of the 9th inning, and it's exciting.
Looking at the 3 others that are still here, I have as good of a chance of winning this as any of them, if not the best chance, and I am so excited right now.
Now, you know you're gonna have to raise your game because the stakes have just got higher. Well done. Get some sleep because you deserve it. Good night.
Thank you.
Good night, good night, good night.